All right, Ben, we're back. Tell us about family reunions in your childhood. It was the last question. And then we got off on a tangent with the boat thing. And now let's talk about what do you remember as your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject
Was it
is
lunch or girls? All right, all right. What was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject was English, and I was horrible at it. Actually, I wasn't horrible at it, but it made me push myself. 'Cause I like to read and stuff like that. I wrote pretty well. My teacher.
Were you in AP English?
I was in AP History.
Oh, okay.
I liked history too.
What about poli sci? No?
I was AP Poly. Yeah.
Like the Prince or, Machiavelli stuff?
Yeah.
No, you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did. I was doing.
Did you ever read Atlas Shrugged or any of the other Ayn Rand stuff? Ayn Rand?
I did, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I wrote.
Like 1,200 pages long or 1,278 pages
Yeah,
long.
I
can't remember.
I mean,
Kids should read that now.
yeah.
I mean, really. Everybody says, like, oh, objectivist philosophy is so at odds with, like, the, they say it's so at odds with being charitable and everything, but no, it really isn't. It really isn't, because if you want to be altruistic, that has to be internal. You can't just say, hey, Ben, I'm the tax man and you owe me $800 in taxes and I'm going to give some of this to the poor. And then did you really give it to the poor? No, you knew that I would have you arrested and thrown in jail if you didn't pay your taxes. And there it is. That's not altruism. It's just not. It's not charity.
Right.
If you want to choose to hook somebody up with some money or whatever it is that will help them, you do so, and that's charity.
Right.
And that's really the basis. No, I don't know. I shouldn't say the basis of objectivist philosophy like Rand.
Right.
But it is certainly a principle.
Right.
You do as you please with what you've earned, and you don't have to earn a living for other people.
That's right.
The virtue of selfishness, and there's really nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's what makes the capitalist system work, and the capitalist system is the only thing that's ever done anything to lift anyone out of poverty. But we could go off on a tangent for politics, but I'm glad.
What's the question?
The question was, what was your favorite subject in school?
Oh.
And I was anticipating that it was girls, but English is a good answer.
English was my favorite subject. I mean, I liked history too, but I had really good English teachers.
Mm-hmm.
They were hot.
Yeah.
They made me pay attention in
I think
class.
when I was a freshman, there was a computer science teacher, and this is back when, you were trying to write a program that would make, like, some dashes look like a frog and jump across the screen or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back before the Apple IIe.
Have your whole name
it was
scroll
actually
across
like
the
a
screen.
Macintosh or something.
I remember a Commodore 64.
Yeah, Commodore 64. Remember the tape machines?
Yeah, the metal tapes.
Yeah, kids have no idea.
And then we had to call up and then I'd play the stupid video game online.
Yeah.
It was
like
the dumbest
Pong or
game.
something, right?
It was the dumbest game ever. I thought it was cool though.
Kids today, they got no idea.
Joust.
We
Go in the arcade.
We
with a
heard our
pocket full of
brains
quarters.
playing Pong. And remember Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Like junior high era would have been for us. Gauntlet, what a great game. 4-person video game. They should bring that stuff back. And then at home video games, the Nintendo. The original Nintendo entertainment system with cartridges and Contra and Super Contra. Those were the bomb.
Played Zelda.
I remember when I was a little kid, up, up, down, down, A, B, B, A, start. And you had
up, down,
eternal life.
left right, A, B, A, B.
Something like that.
Oh, you remember those little Donkey Kong thingies? You had the arcade games?
Oh, yeah.
So you'd be up,
Remember Lode Runner?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kids have no idea. Kids have no idea these days.
I remember going to the arcade. Man,
now it's like you have to be immersed in a 3D experience, you know? Come on.
Yeah, I'd love to go play Tetris and all those games. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you remember as your least favorite school subject?
My least favorite school subject. Least favorite. Political science.
Really, you didn't like poli sci? I love poli sci.
No, you know what?
That's where you would have read Machiavelli.
No, no, that wasn't it.
Remember Machiavelli the Prince? He had the hands on the
Yeah.
cover of the book and the people in there, and
Yeah, it wasn't poli. It was Latin.
Oh, you took Latin?
Yeah, I
Are you
hated
kidding
Latin.
me?
Yeah, I got an
Who
A. I got
even
an A in
offers
Latin.
that?
I got an A in Latin. And in my second year, I said,
What did you do? You get an A for attendance?
no.
How did that happen?
That was good.
Really? But you hated it.
Oh, I hated it.
Okay.
You know
Fair
what?
enough.
My senior year, I got nothing but A's and B's.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, my junior and my senior, I started to get into it. You know, I mean, it was hard for me to focus, and I can understand how Kayla has issues because I had the same issues.
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't never diagnosed with anything because they didn't know anything back then.
Well, now they just diagnose you because they want to sell
So
medication.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But there's an issue there. I don't know, we haven't figured it out yet, but we'll get there. But yeah, but when the time I got my junior year, I really started to excel in school. I did. I was done with math. I don't have to do math anymore.
Wow. Yeah. So once you squared away a subject, you moved on.
Yeah, I pumped it up and just hit it hard.
Did you ever get in any other like academic clubs, or were you in Mensa or anything like that?
No, no. I was on the swim team, did water polo, and you had to keep your grades up for that.
What was your first varsity letter?
Swimming?
Swimming.
Yeah.
Cool. What was your niche?
The 500 IM.
Yeah.
No, the 500 freestyle. And
Okay.
the 200 IM. Butterfly was my stroke too, and the short distance ones.
Yeah.
I was pretty strong in everything, but my endurance was really good, so I could do the 20 laps.
Mm.
And then butterfly, I mean, I got almost my whole body out of the water.
Wow.
I could take three huge without even coming up for air.
What's that guy's name now? Like
Phelps.
Yeah, Michael Phelps.
Yeah. I was. If I would have stayed in it my senior year instead of going off.
Did you have good coaches?
Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
I remember my high school soccer coach. That was the first varsity letter I ever got. I got it as a sophomore.
Oh, they wanted me to go to.
And the guy had been a former pro soccer player, and he had guys passing through on buses that were going to pro games, and they would stop and scrimmage with us. And plus, he put us through some workouts that were just like crazy, and we were really conditioned. But man, I tell you what, I didn't want to take soccer again. I didn't want to play anymore. Man, he was a hard coach. He was a good guy too.
We were
But
swimming.
man, it was difficult.
At the peak, we're doing 50,000 yards a day.
He had us going to the riverbed and running and just running and running and
In the
running
sand?
in the sand. Yeah, and it was brutal. And he would have us show up at this junior high school. Even though we were in high school, he would have us show up at the junior high super early, like dark and early in the morning. We would show up and we would play. We'd split into two teams and we would play against each other indoors in the basketball court. So the ball never went out of bounds. Nothing was out of bounds. You could kick it off the wall. You kick it everywhere. Nothing was out of bounds. So what does that mean? The play never stops.
That's right.
Oh man, we probably puddled up with sweat over there.
I bet.
Man, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That guy was crazy into conditioning.
We
And that was
had-
good for us. But I mean, we ran until my feet hurt.
Our coach, we had to get one of those folding tables, the heavy wood ones, and he would sit on a chair, and we had an egg beat across the pool, And if he got in the water, it was an extra 10,000 laps. Or 10,000 yards, I mean.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a lot of laps.
We're like, it's an egg beater all the way across that pool. I'm
Wow.
not talking about the shallow pool. We're talking about the dive pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like, what, 15 or 20 feet deep?
Yeah. Well, what is the biggest problem you remember having in high school? Or rather, let's talk about what is the biggest problem you remember having in grade school?
In grade school?
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about the biggest problem you had in junior high, and let's talk about high school too.
I didn't do my homework.
Yeah. Well, you know, I had the same thing. I think I
got
recall
good
now
grades.
it would have been so much easier to do my homework than to get out of it. But
Yeah.
you know, took
didn't-
that
I
same
didn't-
route.
I
I think
didn't do
everybody
my
goes
homework.
through that for a little
Well,
bit.
I had a real issue with standing up in front of people. And
Did you have a speech class?
well, no, but we had to talk. We had to, like, if we had to do our timetables instead of just doing them on paper, I had to stand. You had to stand up and recite them, and I got so nervous I didn't even do it. So I got to the point where I'm not going to do it. I just stopped doing everything
Okay.
because they always try to make me stand up, and I just had a fear of it.
Oh man, people fear public speaking more than they really fear death.
I don't care
You
about
know?
it now. It doesn't bother me. But
You could take somebody afraid of heights and say, "Do you want to go bungee jumping or do you want to give a public speech?" And they're going bungee jumping.
but it was a problem for me in grade school.
Yeah. I was in a speech class in junior high, and
Yeah.
I remember it being tough, and it was good for me, but it was tough. And the guy was a really cool guy that taught the class. He was actually like into skateboarding. And in junior high, we were totally into skateboarding too. And he brought a skateboard to school one day, and he kind of did this sort of like team building exercise where we all went out and we skated around in the parking lot, and the dude
funny how you
the
remember
dude
that.
could skate.
Yeah.
And so he got some respect, and we were listening to him then. After that, it really did work.
Yeah.
Whatever his objective was, it was effective.
Yeah, that's good.
So what was the biggest problem you remember having in junior high school?
Junior high school. I was like a stoner back then.
Really?
Yeah.
You tried that stuff in junior high?
Junior high school, I was Mr. Stoner.
I'm surprised.
Listen to Black Sabbath, listen to Iron Maiden.
What else was popular back then? Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd.
Remember The Wall?
The Wall. Not Rush.
Oh, Rush was popular though, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
liked Rush. Let me see.
On the coast, even the Violent Femmes were popular.
I'm trying
Remember
to think
that?
of his name. Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ozzy. Kiss. Scorpions.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, even different vein, but you know.
Scorpions. No, that was in Scorpions was in 6th grade. Rat.
All the hair bands.
Rat. Let me see. Yeah.
Remember Poison and what was those?
Whitesnake. Poison.
Van Halen.
Van Halen.
You know, Def Leppard.
Shell
Def
Love.
Leppard.
Def Leppard. Oh my gosh, that's like my
Hysteria
is my favorite.
They were
man.
actually really good.
Hysteria is my favorite.
They were
The
good. That was a
Leonard.
good album.
I used to play that driving to San Luis Obispo. I'd pop it in, and by the time I get in the driveway, the last song on the second side is finished.
Yeah.
I was flying.
Well, now we're getting into some high school years, you know, where you're driving and stuff. What was the biggest problem you remember having in
High school?
senior high school?
My senior in high school? My biggest
Had you,
problem?
you-
I didn't have any problems in high school my senior year.
So you had quit the weed and all that, whatever you were.
That was my freshman year, and then I got into swimming my sophomore year, and then from then, I mean, I couldn't even run. We had to do, you had to do PE
Mm-hmm.
testing. I mean, I couldn't do pull-ups. I couldn't run. After I did my sophomore year, I did swimming. I ran that mile like it was nothing. I wasn't
Yeah.
even winded. They told me to go out for track.
Yeah.
I said, now I'm a swimmer. I was like, I did it. I don't know. It
So
was
you could have been a triathlete.
it was crazy fast.
Wow.
They said you should be on the track team. I wasn't even breathing hard. But it was less than 6. I can't remember what it was. It was presidential, whatever it was. It was a low number.
So
and
the
they were really
stoner years were really brief.
Yeah, it
That's
was like
good.
7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
That's good. You
And
don't want
then-
to kill too many brain cells.
And then it doesn't kill brain cells. It actually makes you
Oh,
smarter.
I don't know. That's debatable.
They got Harvard studies got one.
Really?
Yeah, there's a study from
I don't
Harvard
know.
that said that it actually also.
I've
helps
met a
with
lot of
addiction.
people that have a lot of unexplained dead brain cells for sure, though.
That's probably alcohol.
Maybe it's a coincidence, though.
But yeah, what was I talking about?
Yeah, you said your stoner days in junior high were
Yeah, so
short-lived.
my-
You went on to high school and you lettered in swimming, and you became very, very fit. And
It's- you know what,
got
everybody-
over not being able to do
It's
pull-ups
funny
and
to
stuff.
listen to other people saying how popular I was. I didn't think I was that popular. And I'm talking to people on Facebook that we were like, I wouldn't say we were good friends. We were like acquaintances. We're better friends now than we were in high school.
Mhm.
And she's like, Ben, you're such an inspiration to me. And this, I go, how? I don't understand this. You know,
You were one of the cool kids. You didn't even know.
I was apparently one of the real popular. I didn't think I was the popular.
Well, you're an outgoing guy.
Yeah, well, but I was more popular than I thought I was. Katie thinks I was like a god at school. It was funny. She's like, "Oh, Ben was like, yeah, all this," and I don't remember it that way.
You're tall, a good-looking guy.
Yeah, it was fun. High school was fun, but my biggest problem my senior year, I guess, was ditching to go out having lunches with my girlfriend all the time and saying,
What were the repercussions of that? What were the repercussions
Nothing.
of doing the stoner thing when you were in junior high?
nothing. I
Nothing.
never got caught.
Never got caught. Okay.
I stole my parents' weed. What are you gonna do? You stealing my weed? Got that?
Oh boy, this can be neither confirmed nor denied.
We had a big sack. I got a little ballsy and took a lot once. They're probably blaming each other. Oh,
What
God.
years would you say that was?
Oh my gosh, that's when we were living on Locan.
On Locan?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I heard the flannel shirts and the long hair and all that. I mean, as long as you can have it in Clovis High School. Of course, it couldn't go past the collar.
Oh,
But my senior year,
I think they probably
you
eliminated.
remember
that
those
rule
DuckTales
now.
everybody used to have?
Oh, I
I
remember
had
that.
one that was like that long.
Oh, you're kidding.
And
me.
I was on the swim team.
Wow. They
I had
let
to-
you do that?
I had to roll that up and put it in a bobby pin.
Huh.
So my teachers one year, my senior year, I can't remember her name. She was one of my favorite teachers. She says, "Everybody go down there." So we all apparently no one went. They act like they went and came back. I went down there and he poked something in there and pulled it out. And he goes, "Brush that out." And I brushed it out. It was like this big old tail. It was all like this, just this long. I walked back in there and everyone's like, "What the?" They had no clue. It was funny. And my teacher's like, I'm going home. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." Like, whatever.
So
So I went
there-
home, had lunch, and didn't come back until the next day. They go, "All right, Mom, cut it off." She cut it off right before I went to school, tied it up.
Wow, I don't think they would get away with that now.
And I gave it to my teacher. I was suspended.
You were suspended for having a tail.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
I was suspended until I had it cut.
I know that where I went to a redneck school in Templeton High School. Nowadays, it's a typical coastal school. It's probably half liberal, but back then, I mean, the graduating class was like you could count them on one hand. You know, not really. It was probably about 50, maybe 75. But you know, I don't recall maybe more than one person even considering like having long hair. I think that the cliques that were all around there, whether it be
Oh, preppy.
the heavy metalers or the Aggies, whatever it was, they would have made your life so miserable you wouldn't want to have long hair. It would have just been Terrible.
But I didn't have that problem.
Yeah. No.
You
You were
know.
setting the trends in Clovis.
I was,
You
you
know.
know, I was on the top of the totem pole apparently.
But yeah, where I went to school, no one desired that. It's just,
Well,
you'd have had a hard time.
The problem is, see, that they made rules that you couldn't have anything past your collar. So it was just to see how far I can get past it. And I got past it all year towards almost the end of the school year.
Wow.
And so I was going to pull it out in graduation and walk with it down there. There was nothing they can do. They already gave me my diploma and everything. So there's nothing they could do. All that's just a ceremony. They're like, we'll snatch you out of that thing if you do this or that. We did whatever we wanted, right? Whatever. But yeah.
Oops. Gotta keep this.
That was probably my biggest problem in high school. Well, Mom always called. I said, Mom, I'm going to go have lunch with Tara. She's like, all right. Because my grades were so good. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even have PE. I went to Katie's school and taught her class PE.
Really?
You know, that was my PE. I went to other.
You're like a teacher's aide or whatever.
I did the teacher's PE course for them.
That's cool.
So I'd plan it out and go out there and do PE, and then Katie would be like, "Can you take me home?" Like, yeah, I go to the office, sign her out, and take her home because it was my last thing of the day. So my
cool.
last period, which was right after lunch. No, it was right before lunch. My last
You'd already
period,
taken care of math and several other subjects.
everything
so
was knocked out, so I didn't have to do anything.
all your
And I was
obligations
all
were
set
done.
and ready to go to the college. I mean, I could go to any college I wanted, really, but I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, Clovis was a blue ribbon school, and you did well.
At the end, I did well. So the last 2 years, I really bumped up that GPA. I go, you came a long way. So you can tell, the trend, and all of
Yeah,
a sudden,
that's
like,
good.
ah.
Well, speaking along that vein, tell us about a great victory or personal success from your school days.
My personal success?
While you contemplate that, I'm going to shut off one of my kids' trains they got left running. I hear it running.
Accomplishment. Huh. In high school? Or just during that time?
Anytime.
That's a hard question. I don't know. I guess my greatest accomplishment was just, doing so well in high school after having such problems at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my first day of high school, I missed the first 2 or 3 days of school because I broke my arm and dislocated my shoulder on the horse. That right before at the end of the summer. I mean, right before I started my freshman year at high school.
Wow.
So I went to school with a broken arm and a dislocated shoulder, and I couldn't use the restroom. I had both arms were in a sling. One cast on it. One I couldn't even lift. I couldn't even wash my hair.
How do you even handle that?
I couldn't even wash my hair. Kenny had to come and take me to the bathroom. He wasn't even there my freshman year though. I told me he had to go to the bathroom. I don't know how I don't even remember. What's wrong? You found him?
Did you see what he's doing?
Axel is passed out on the couch with a thing of Chobani yogurt.
Gripped into his
He's
chest.
really clinging to it. It's hilarious.
Clawed into his chest. Like, there's my Chobani. I was going to eat it, apparently, and then I fell asleep. Can you carry him to bed, babe?
Yeah, give me a minute. We'll take a break in just a second. Did you and your friends ever have a secret hideout or a hangout?
Well, if they were out of town, or we'd always tell the other one we're going to the other one's house, and we go, or we would go, yeah. Secret. There's the caves we used to go to all the time.
Caves? Where?
Right when you pass, you're on 41, when you get into Madera, right there where the river is, there's caves all on the side of that hill. We used to walk across that field. There used to be a place where you used to go to a little park, and you walk across those fields and go down, and you go into these caves.
Young spelunkers.
Yeah, we used to have fun. There's this, it's all dirt carved out, big caves. Caves, we used to go there all the time, hang out, have fun.
What'd you guys do over there?
Yeah,
Just hanging out.
and
Kid
talk,
stuff.
Yeah.
Just tell us about a favorite restaurant or a public place where you and your friends like to gather. Not a cave.
Public restaurant we used to go. No, we used to Taco Bell all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you always went to my house most of the time because my dad always made awesome food.
Yeah.
Or lunches or stuff. Me and Chris, he'd come to my house and eat breakfast almost every single day. He's like, Papa King's cooking.
Yeah, really. I can imagine, Bob Coleman, a great cook too.
Yeah, I used to go to Bob's Coleman house like it was mine.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, they had a great house too. Remember they had like built-in coffee maker and built-in hot chocolate thing and all that stuff. It's all like built into their house. Their kitchen was amazing.
I like that his stove.
He had a blender built in to the countertop.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Uh-huh. I did a lot of work on his house. I fixed his AC, replaced his recirculating pump and his water heater twice.
And a lot of his pool stuff too.
Yeah, I did his pool stuff a lot of times. His daughter was working for me for a while. She's awesome.
Oh yeah. One of his sons went on to be a Green Beret.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, good family. So tell us about the best pet you ever had.
My best pet. Hugo. My dog. My dog Hugo. He was Shepherd and St. Bernard.
That's probably a big dog.
It was a pretty big dog.
Big dog, big pile.
Yeah.
Do you have to buy like a square point shovel with that dog?
No, it's just a bobcat.
Mm-hmm.
Bobcat.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, big dog, big pile.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Kenny's dog.
And I remember
Oh my gosh.
I begged my dad to let him sleep in my room, or sleep in my bed. And so he finally did, and all he did all night was eat the gum that I stuck behind my headboard all night long. I'm like, all right, you're going outside. Or was it? You go to bed, you're like, I get out of bed, I stick it right behind the head. There was tons of gum there. All that dog was eat that dumb gum all night long.
That's hilarious.
I dragged that
Yeah.
dog. I was like, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you're going outside. I can't sleep.
What was so great about that dog though?
I did this. I just
What did you train him to do? Anything?
Eat the gum off the back of my.
It was just a good companion animal.
Yeah, that's the first dog I really remember having.
All right. Tell us about some of the other pets you had.
Christabel. My mom called her Christabitch. She was a great cat. She was a mean mother effer. This big old dog came in her backyard this one year. She had kittens. She was all over that dog and chased him right out that backyard. It was funny. She was on that thing, on the back, smacking him as the dog is running.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that a cat could actually do some damage.
It was crazy. That dog was like, right out the back gate.
Well, I know you did the Arthur Murray stuff for dancing and whatnot, but can you tell us about any plays or programs that you did in school?
I was in junior high school. I wasn't acting, a drama class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What role did you play?
You know what? I don't remember the role. I don't know. We did some small stuff, some just in class type stuff, but yeah, drama was a fun class. I did a stint about being locked out, and it was like a monologue, And then, I was like, oh, it was cold, and I was all crying, and it got real angry, and I was cussing, and everyone was like all tripping out. I was like, that was really good. And then the teacher, I got an A on it, so it
Wow.
must have been pretty good.
Did you guys do mock rock or anything like that in school?
Air
Like
guitar.
lip syncing and all that?
Yeah, we did air guitar. Yeah.
What band did you guys do?
We did the Boss, man, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
Yeah, we did. Oh, in elementary school, we did Rock You Like a Hurricane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah. In sixth grade, we did. Only sixth graders could do
I wish
air
that
guitar.
I wish that these guys, especially like him, the Boss, would stay out of politics.
Yeah, I know. No, this
'Cause-
is back before he was in it. Yeah, this
I used to love his
this-
music, and now whenever I hear him, I think about him standing there endorsing Obama.
Yeah. No,
I'm
but
thinking, man,
this is way before all that stuff. Though.
Born
We're
in the
talking high
USA will
school.
never sound the same.
Yeah. I remember them doing, they did Janet Jackson. You know, the big old thing with all the black uniforms? They did it, this group did it, and it was just like the video. There was like, I don't know, 30 people doing it. It was nuts. It was
Wow.
it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that video that Janet Jackson did. That Michael Jackson was obviously still alive then. And,
Yeah. Michael Jackson was pretty
she did that, like, all that stomping kind of to the
Yeah.
beat and everything.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about a school principal you remember?
I can't remember any school principals. I mean, I remember their faces, but I don't remember their names.
Or tell us about them.
Let me see. I remember one school principal at Malik. I can't remember his name. Old guy. Kenny got in trouble for something, so they called for permission for a spanking. So they spanked Kenny with this ruler and broke it. And Kenny just laughing at this guy. He goes, "What are you gonna do with that?" So Kenny's getting beat by this guy. He got pissed. He breaks the thing on him. And the kid goes, "That's all you got?"
Well, I could see Kenny
Yeah,
doing
you're
that,
old.
too.
You're an old man. You can't. My dad hits me harder than that. I go, my mom hits harder than that. Come on.
Wow. So he's going to emasculate the principal.
Yeah, he said there's nothing we can do. It was funny.
That's hilarious. I don't have anything in that. When I thought about that question, I was thinking about this guy. When I was in junior high, we had a principal. He also coached the basketball team, and he was just a mountain of a man, probably like close to 7 foot tall. And I don't know his name or anything. There was never any incidents, but